Welcome back. It's day 26 with Somalie Inez, and tonight we're going to talk about integrity. How many of you really have integrity? I'm not talking about you say you have integrity, but how many of you actually really have integrity? How many of you believe that your word is bond, that you live by your word, that everything that you do, you represent you and the people around you? Do you really have integrity? Are you a person that is honest and trustworthy and loyal? Can you really live your life in a way that you have a foundation and you've set these boundaries and this is how you live your life because of the fact that you have this integrity? Or do you just say, I got integrity and not live it and walk it? I think that a lot of times we need to really think. Do you really have integrity? And if you do, how much integrity do you have? Can someone trust you? Are you that person that if you speak about something, they can believe that what you say is bond because of the fact that you're a person that has integrity and you're devoted to the things around you and the people in your life? Or are you half and half? Do you only have integrity when it's only good for you? Do you promise things and then don't follow through? Do you put work into it halfway, or when you're working on a project, do you put 110% into it? I mean, I've been to situations where I was at a pharmacy one time and I was picking up medications for somebody. And I always have a habit of opening up the bottle and looking at the pills and just making sure the color, the texture, whatever it is, as well as the pills are the same amount that's on the bottle. I already knew what this medication was supposed to look like for the person that I was picking it up for. So when I was looking at it, it didn't even look right. It looked like a different color. So I called the person. I said, hey, this is a different color kind of medication. Is this, your medication? And they said, no, it's supposed to look like this. Okay. And I said, okay. So I went back to the pharmacist. I said, this is not the same kind of medication this person usually takes. Can you take a look at it? The pharmacist grabbed it from me. He said, oh my God, let me have that back. He took it and he said, that's the wrong one. And he ended up giving me the right one for the person that I was supposed to take it to. But imagine if I did not check that medication that day. And if I would have walked back to the house and given it to that person and they would have taken that medication, we don't know what kind of reaction that would have been. But what I'm saying, even pharmacists and doctors and I'm not going to say lawyers because you know how they roll. No, I'm just kidding. Even lawyers have integrity. But when I say doctors and pharmacists and people that are like our lives are in their hands, sometimes they don't have integrity in what they do anymore. It's about the business, and this is where we have to stop and we have to say it's not always about the business. We have to carry ourselves and who we are and what we stand for with integrity. Because sometimes in life, that's all you have. You may not have a lot of money. You may not have a lot of family. But what you can own that belongs to you is your integrity. So keep that in mind when you're living your life and you're dealing with people on a daily basis. And the decisions that you make and how you treat people and how you want people to look at you. Can they honestly say, if you was to die today and they spoke at your funeral, could they honestly say, one thing I can say about this person, they had integrity. They stood for something. So are you that one person that actually does stand for something? Are you that one person that does have integrity? I mean, that's a big, big responsibility. For such a small word, it's such a huge responsibility to live by and to stand behind. So I think that we all should take a step back and think about that. How much integrity do you have, and do you really live by your integrity, or do you only do it when it's convenient for you? I mean, even the simplest things. If you say you're going to call somebody, follow through if you're going to do it. Don't not follow through. At least have that common courtesy. Because see, when you don't have small little common courtesies for those little small things, those little small details, guess what? You lose that respect. You lose your place in a section where someone may have already had you. So then the bar slowly goes down because now they see this person's not about their word. Or if you decide you're going to deliver something, or if it's, as long as it's not an emergency where you cancel, but when you give your word about something, you follow through. Just have integrity, because it's a big deal. It really is. People don't talk about it a lot, but integrity is one of the biggest things to have. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Good night.